It's trouble for our reputation because people aren't going to depend on us anymore. And then without us to fill in for them, they start acting on their own, and that leads to chaos and a lack of being able to have common dialogue and meet before you go out and go to war, whether it's an economic war or a physical war. In terms of the economy, this has just got to hurt America. And we are a country that thrives on free trade, and it has benefited all over America. The mistake, I think, that was made in America, and in fact made around the world, is governments get arrogant and they don't explain to the public the value of the policies that they want to implement. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm a believer you don't ask the public what they want and follow them. You come up with a policy and you explain it to the public and try to get them to come along with you. That's the way you advance.
I want to talk a bit about China's, the 40th anniversary of China opening up.
Yes.
Their economy has just grown so significantly, lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty. State the importance of that globally.
Well, it's not just China. In the last 3 decades, we have reduced world poverty by 50%. If you measure poverty by a meal in your stomach, a roof over your head, and being literate. And most of that was because of global trade, because most of the real poor people live in the places where we get natural resources from.
And tie that into China opening up for 40 years. Do you think that the fact that it's opened up has lifted the whole boat?
I don't think there's any question. They brought a few hundred million people out of poverty. It's an amazing thing. They still have 500 million people that live on $1 a day. Their problems are of a bigger scale because of the number of people. On the other hand, that scale is giving them a market so that they can compete with us in a lot of things.
Just recently, today, as near as I can tell, China has announced that November 1, it is going to reduce tariffs on more than 1,500 items to help its consumers, to help its nation. You're a businessman. What is that going to mean?
They're going to buy domestic products, but they're also going to buy stuff from around the world. Our consumer is going to pay more. So it's fascinating. What Trump ran on was a populist view that immigrants are bad and that other countries are hurting us. It's when they say we have a deficit with China, trade deficit. I have a trade deficit with my barber. He cuts my hair and it grows back, so I didn't get any real benefit, but he's got my money and doesn't give it back to me when my hair grows back.